Hello, everybody. How are we all today? This weekend, hopefully everyone's doing well. I am being unsupervised today, this weekend. Anthony has gone away with Joyce to have some fun at some lake and go to the highest anthill in Ohio. I mean, the highest hill in Ohio. I guess they can have a lot of fun. So while they're not here, um, we're going to have some fun at his expense. Why not? G'day. So, quick hello. G'day, Stormy. How are you going? Robin, how are you, darling? Hopefully you're well. Valley, how are you? Just a few others who are lurking in the background. How you guys doing? Hopefully you guys had a better week than me. I've just been running around. This is the first time I've been back in the training room all this week. G'day, Ken Amos. How are you, buddy? As I have mentioned in the last few streams, things are going to be busy between now and October. So a lot of things are going to be taken away. So I haven't been much on the internet. I haven't been much on YouTube for that matter. Everything's fine, apart from me still suffering from the pains in my shoulder and my right hand. Things are coming together for my claim and that. So I'm just dealing with that, as well as doctor's appointments and that. So it's just been drained, and by the time I get home, it's late. I'm exhausted. Taking a few meds, and I'll go to sleep. And then also on top of that, nights are not fun. I'm still getting a lot of nightmares, and I'm not getting a good night's sleep. So, I mean, even this morning, I had about 2.5 hours. I'll wake up. I actually woke up this morning and Sparky was on. So I say a quick hello to them and try to get more sleep again. So, it's a struggle. I'm trying to do my best to deal with it. But enough of that. Again, you probably won't see me much during the weekdays on other channels. It's just with the time factor between Australia and the US. I mean, it is the middle of the day here, and I've got to get things done. So anyway, with that, enough of that. Gonna have some fun here today. We'll try to. Gonna try to stay here for the hour. I do have a couple more things I need to get done. Since I'm in the training room, I still haven't taken my American stock off. I do need to do that today sometime. Now, this week, one of the things that happened is I intercepted a parcel that was bound for Anthony's place. Stormy, I don't know. All that is up in the air at the moment. Definitely I'll be back again next year, but this year I don't know. Excuse me. Lot of, as I said, what's going on at the moment is taking a lot of my time away, and I cannot plan nothing for this year. G'day, Possum Bio. So I would have liked to have been there for October, but I can't make it. January for the Amherst show, it still don't look right. So I'm not making any promises. Scaring the 55-inch TV. Oh, thanks, buddy. I love you too. So anyway, so what happened this week? I intercepted a parcel that meant to go to somebody in Ohio. Let me just reach down and get it. Here it is. I'm getting it. Already opened it up. Let me just. I think a passport. And I don't even think that he knows what he was getting. Oh, well, I think he does, but I don't think his partner knew what he was getting. So let's have a look. What has he got in here? Oh, I need a couple more of them. I might just keep them. Couple old European coal carriages. Yeah, that look pretty neat. I'll go with the other four. What else has he got in here? Oh, some Austrian passenger cars. What's he got here? He's got the second class here. He's got the first class here. G'day, Tammy and Ray. How are you? Oh, and he's got the restaurant car here too, or the buffet car, restaurant car. Hang on, there's no engines in here. It looks like you forgot to order the engines. Oh, I don't reckon they'll look good on my layout. What do you guys reckon? Do you think I should keep? Nice little selection there. G'day, Joe. How are you, buddy? Welcome. Yeah. Just need a nice engine to go with that one there, buddy. But I did get my what the Germans and the Europeans call Schienenbus. I did manage to get that this week. That's the trailer unit. The power unit's already up on the track. Sadly, I need to get traction tires for it because my little inclines that I've got in here, the weighting is not enough for it to pull the trailer car up the incline. The short incline, the good inclines, not the steep one, not the slide, the other one. But yeah, nice little set. I mean, I did travel on one of these when I was ouch, that's not good. Possum bio 6 and I'm tired. Well, I can understand that, Possum bio. Hopefully you get well soon, buddy. Hopefully it wasn't nothing too serious. At least you had a good sleep while you were under. Just waking up is a bugger. But yeah, I did travel in former Yugoslavia in one of these when I was 10 years old, and I fell in love with them. I know the one in former Yugoslavia was more of a platinum mist to a bluey colour on the bottom with a silver roof. But I'm not going to repaint this. I'm going to keep it to the DB, Deutsche Bahn colours. I did run nicely, and running motor trains, not hospital. Oh, okay. All right. Phew. Had me worried there. Ross in translation. Well, when he says 6-hour operation, operation means snip, 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 snip. 6 hours plane trains. Yeah, he's go, as a matter of fact. 6 hours, so that means that'll be 12 hours in real time, right, Possum? But yeah, you can get away with it. I mean, if you're having fun, which I can get on my layout here, time can get away with you if you're enjoying it. Thank God it was not the actual hospital operation. Lost in translation, yeah. Yeah, that took yeah, that'd be about right there too, Ken. It probably took 6 hours to find the ones that went missing. Yeah, running the carry. Oh, look, we had running days when I used to go to Sydney Model Railway Society up in Sydney at Uncliffe Station. Robin knows the place, and even when her Billy was still alive, we used to go down there. We used to have Monday nights. We used to have operation sessions, and it used to be really good. Now the layout the way it was done. You had the big main room, and then we had another one which is near the entrance, which was called Wits End. A very appropriate name. Like if you didn't get any controllers, and the only last place that was left was Wits End. If you get caught up into that, particularly during the end of the day, end of the session, everybody keeps starting sending trains up in there. And I tell you what, it fills up pretty quick. But it was fun. It was fun. It was enjoyable. I haven't been up there for a long, long time. I just haven't been able to make it up there. And like when I was working Monday nights, I couldn't get away. And now it's just for me to drive up to Sydney. Like the best for me to get up there is to drive up. It's too much of an effort to drive up. I can catch a train up there. But we used to finish about 8, 9 o'clock at night, and then for me to catch a train home, I would not get home till about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. So it's just too much of a g'day, Dave, Catalina Foothills, how are you? So anyway, I'm in the train room, obviously, as you can see. I'll get the trains, the American trains, running with the German flavour. I have moved one of the cameras out the way, and after I get them all going, I'll put an invite up, and people can come and join in if they wish. So let me just get the trains going first. I'll change the camera. Okay. So there's the camera. I moved it to there. But what I will do is I will move it slightly here so you can see the. Oh, there's a bit of a glare there. See the trains depart from station. Hopefully everybody can see that. You would cook a cake for the guests, for the guys. You don't cook a cake, you bake a cake. The cake was, the cake was always popular. Everybody likes a cake. But yeah, it's those were the good days. I don't know what it's like there now. It's been a long time, as I said, since I've been there. I know they've actually changed a lot of the yards. A lot of it, like where the old carry section used to be, and then hand laid double crossovers we had, that's all gone now. So I've got the one freight train coming out. The Amtrak should follow that shortly. Hey, Andy Dobson, how are you? So we've got a bit of a different view today with the trains. I moved one of the cameras. We'll be playing around with camera views at a later date. I'm going to let that Amtrak come out. Now, the cab car that I've got on the back of it, I have, I did kit bash that one. I did kit bash that car, about 7 years ago I did. That was an interesting little project that I did manage to, I didn't get the drawings of, but I just basically copied all the photos that I saw of those cab cars in the United States. I do have 2 different ones. Thanks, Andy. Yeah, I've got to try to get to do some work on it, but I don't think I'm going to get much work done this weekend. I've got another busy week coming up ahead. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully next weekend I actually can get a little bit of work done. I still cannot do the alteration at the far end, mainly because the doctors haven't given me an okay to do any heavy lifting and heavy manual work. So we've got the gravel train coming out. And shortly there'll be one more coming out as well, which is sitting in my hand. We've got the new rail bus that's just sitting in there. That's going to have to, they'll have to start soon, so I'll move the camera once that's out of the way. I'd like to be doing the alteration modifications down the far end, but as I said, I cannot do it without the doctor's permission. I've got to nurse this left shoulder. It's still being healed. I'm doing weights and that. I'm doing a rehab on it now. But as I say, you've got to follow doctor's instructions. Yeah, so now, as you can see, I've got the gravel train waiting for its turn for the line. We've got the Amtrak and the gravel train in the section in front of it. Now the section is cleared. The gravel train is going to come out. You see down the far corner. There you go, get a better idea. But yeah, I've pretty much sorted out the program with it. Sadly, once I do the modification down the far end, I've got to redo the schedules. But now I've got to work out how to do it. So it shouldn't be too hard to do. Because the track plans will be altered. Well, the track plan will be altered to the actual what's his name in the program. So when you do that, you've got to change the schedules. And hello, Wigwag. How are you, my dear friend? Hopefully you're good. Howdy, everyone. Hello, Eric. Hopefully you're doing well. Okay. At the moment, I can run full unsupervised as I'm doing now, but when I'm not on camera, I can run up to 5 at this stage. I am hoping to get 6 started. So here comes the little rail motor, the German rail motor. She's going to do a zigzag. Where she's coming out of, there is going to be like a carriage workshop for the DMUs and EMUs. So behind the camera, there is a staging area. She's going to stop in there. And she's going to zigzag her way by herself up to where my trap finger is here, which is going to be number 5 platform for the DMUs. Because I still haven't done the block sensors on those 2 tracks, they can't finish off in there. But eventually they will do that. Now, you see the gravel train down to below. She was waiting for a section to clear. We've got the Amtrak leaving up the top. Oh, so do I, Valley. I was 10 years old when I first travelled on one in former Yugoslavia. We went from Novi Bečej, which is Mum's hometown, to a place called Zrenjanin. And I thought it was cool. Like, it's 2 little cars, and they do really sound like a bus. They're very similar to the Australian rail motors, or or an overgrown version of the doodlebugs in United States. But they actually run and drive like a proper bus. So yeah, it's just waiting for its turn now. simulating that the drivers work. Well, we call them train drivers here. The engineer walking from one end of the train to another. You know, he's an old folk, so he's got to take his time. He's just waiting for the clear run now. Hopefully, and let me just check my schedule. It should be. Let me just have a look at something. No, it's not there. It's supposed to have moved off by now, but it hasn't. Oh, okay. I must have missed a step in there. Let me just get her out of that. I think that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. I missed a step. I only just had that done this morning. So, yeah, I missed a step through the program itself because you got to have a successor. And I missed it out. G'day, Randall. How are you? Saying while I'm stopped. Okay. I'll put the invite in. What am I doing? I'm playing trains, Sparky. Well, the trains are playing. I'm talking. My trains run by themselves. So here she comes out. The rail motor's coming out. The little rail bus is coming out. Oh, excuse me. I did notice she has got a little bit of an electrical problem with that, with the wall pickups. 2 is better. Yes, Ken. Eventually I'll get the other one on it. Apparently she needs traction tyres. Oh, hang on. She stopped down the far end. Let me fix that. Oh. Let me get my magic tool out. Oh. There we go. Can't go wrong with the meter rule. So hopefully she will. Let me just make sure she runs before I put the invite up. So she's waiting over there, waiting for the drivers to operator to come back. Well, why isn't that doing that? It needs to. Okay, something is not right with the program. Okay, that should have gone back by now. Okay. There we go. I'll have to do it manually. Okay. Not a problem. We can still have fun. Like I did when I did see watch Sparky's show earlier this morning, my time. I mean, he was having issues with his too, so I'm glad it's not just my layout. I'm going. Okay, Eric, no problem. So here she is. So she's coming into the future platform. That will be number 5 platform, suburban one. So it needs to. So from here, of course, you get the passengers collected in that. And then from here, she'll end up going down to the bottom to, yep, I'm going to leave that there. I think that's going to work. Yep. I'll have a look at that after the show. All right, I'll put the invite up. G'day, John Skookil. How are ya? welcome to the show. Um, yeah, it'd be good to see those Austrian cars run at a later date. It's a shame that he didn't pack an engine in that, a locomotive in that. It would have been good. Uh, oh yeah, always, always. But mind you, I didn't get this schedule tested, so there goes her old bus. She's going to leave the station. She's going to come out to the far end there. Delmarva, how are you? Hang on. Oh yeah, eventually they work themselves out. You just got to get the big stick out. Like I just got my big stick out today. I call it the meter rule. Um, but yeah, now what's happening is the train is down the far end, and she's got to wait for a section to clear to get the road to go down. Um, it's far too late. Um, I haven't tried the trailer car for it yet. I have found with this one, I did give it a bit of a run last night. Um, it hasn't got enough weight. Yeah, you're right. It hasn't got enough weight in it. And just in a slight grade, it actually struggles to push or pull the car up the grade. I'm actually disappointed that Roco didn't put um, the traction tires in the box with it, because that would have, I mean, very, very handy. Um, sensor. Yeah, yeah. I haven't, as I said, I haven't ran it yet, but I will eventually have a look. I'll move this camera again, so you guys can have a look at the view from here. All right, let me send an invite in if anybody wants to pop in for a little bit. Um, there we go. If anybody wants to come up for a little chat. As I said, I'll be here for at least another half hour. You have to get that water snot stuff. Yeah, well, I'll look at that too, Sparky. I will. I do still need to get spare parts from Reiko, so so while I've got them there, I will get the traction tires to go with it, because I do actually have a set of traction tires for it. But when the instructions, they didn't give me the part number, so I've got to get in contact with them to get the part number. So you see um, this line here, that comes down from the slide. I can actually have the freight trains go at a slow speed coming down that. Oh, the rail motor got down to the bottom. Sneaky. But I'll get in contact with Reiko. I'll get the traction tires, and they have got instructions on how to put it. No, the wheel set's actually not that tight. Not on this one here. It's just just not much weight in it. But I noticed that the couplers for the power unit actually sits a little bit different to or the way they swing a little bit different to what they are on the trailing car. But we can sort that all out. I'll eventually get to experiment with it. When I get the time. So okay, so she was supposed to. Um. Okay. Uh. train show's over, people. We just had a bit of a disaster. We've had a bit of disaster. I'm better turn this off. Let me just show you what happened here. Just pop in and say hi. We're back on the highway. Okay, Anthony, drive safely. And that explains why. Yeah, we have a bit of a accident down here at the roundhouse. Oopsie. Oh, bugger. All right. That's just made a mess of things. A big mess of things. I was wondering why that train was down in here. And I just broke my roundhouse. Oh, boy. The turntable. Yeah, I don't think so either. More trains than track. No, one of the operators didn't follow the signals. That's what it is. But yeah, my handrail's damaged on the turntable now, so I've got to. Let me get the camera. So we do have a little bit of damage. There we go. But as you know, Sparky, everything last weekend it ran fine. As you all know, let me get that back up again. Everything runs fine off camera. As soon as you put the camera on it, things decide they want to run amok. Okay, Stormy, take care, buddy. Take care. Yeah, I did find a little bit of an issue with the track work down. Where am I? Down the corner here, the curve. Down the corner there, the inside track, there is a bit of a issue with the curve. I've got to fix up. I think I'll be able to manage to do that. But what I want to do today is I want to plaque up the American rolling stock off the layout. Rick's trains. No, I do better, Rick. I do a real good job of my train crashes. I mean, at least it wasn't a runaway this time. I take mine into the roundhouse. So I'm going to have to try to fix that somehow. Yeah. Oh, well, bit of glue. All right. Let me get myself back up. How do I do that? Hang on. But as you can see, things can go wrong when when you're not watching it, and when you got the cameras pointing to it. I mean, I remember watching your show this morning, Sparky, when when you were having issues with a couple of your trains, they done a couple or they just stalled. I mean, I think that's what's happened with the rail motor. The rail motor didn't. I think the rail motor would have been the one that's in fault. Because it was meant to stop up the top and it didn't. But it's a lesson learned. It's something I've got to look into. Like as he's seen at the start of the show, he just didn't want to play ball the way he was supposed to. It happens. But yeah, it's a learning curve. Well, as I said, that little red one just went through they just went through a red signal. Because if I look at my program, okay, let me show you what I look at. Okay, I've got an emergency stop. But if I go by what the program, and let me just share the screen. It's hard to actually operate the train and without looking at the diagram and do the stream at the same time. Now, as you can all see, is the actual train that's in the turntable is that crashed in the little red one is actually up here in the block, but the turnout didn't change. So it's followed the little red one all the way through. I'm not sure if it's a glitch in the program. I don't know if it's a glitch in the program or what it is, but I am actually looking into updating a new one. It might have one of those little gremlins. Because I do have a turnout, a double slit, which is up the top, and it doesn't always change as well. G'day, DES. How are you, buddy? Welcome. So, okay, thanks, buddy. We don't want to see you going to the restroom there, Randall. You're fine, mate. You're at work. So I don't know if it's the glitch in the program, but the new updated version of version 10, gold, apparently it's got a lot more options in it. A lot better tracking with the trains too when there's an error. With the like a mountain layout. No, go for a possum bio, but make sure you got enough there for everybody. Make sure you got enough beers for everyone, possum. But you can actually simulate the climb of the train with the grade. You can put your incline rate percentage in. Oh, wrong one. Then your stations and where you want the station platforms to be and how the train stops. You can actually have 3-4 different stopping sections for a particular train on the layout. Where this one here I can't. There's a lot of options, including one of the options in the version 10 golds. The gold one is it also controls the turntable. You all have to come over here and get it. Righto, possum. Robin, there is a flight leaving your place at 2:00. We'll be there by supper time. And yeah, I've still got another 3 flights I can make, so we can go around to Possum's place. We'll have Sunday drinks with him. Well, this is a 15, 18 plus Sparky. So yeah, you want to open up again, you can open up again. Is he in Queensland? No, he's in the United States, Robin. He's in the United States. You got the Air New Zealand flight, and you've got the United flight, which will be leaving soon from Brisbane. I still can get the United flight and the Qantas flights to the US. I think Fiji Airways is a bit late. I might even be able to catch the Air New Zealand one that goes through Auckland. I have no hanging out with people drinking. Doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me either. I mean, I go to the club here quite often. It's not that far. It's actually closer for you than it is for me, Robin. Right in the Gulf of Mexico. Well, there you go. We'll be there, but we'll be there just after lunch, Possum. So just be careful. G'day, Edward. Happy Valley. How are you, buddy? Hopefully you're doing well. I did have trains running, but we had a bit of a major disaster. Something didn't go the way it was supposed to. I will look into it. I have been having, I've got to say, I have had issues with a lot of the, these ones are running on the old QSI. And g'day, Minesville, good morning. I did have issues with the stopping and with it responding to the commands being given out by this program. So that's one of the reasons why I'm getting rid of the American stock. I'm only going to get a couple more of my European trains up just to give it a run until I get the okay to run trains again. It's quite a... let's have a look. So hopefully you're well, Montour. Montour's just down the road from you there, Robin, so you can go and see him. Or you can get the afternoon flight and you can make it down here for the week. Robin, there's not a problem there. But who was saying about United? I've got to say, United, when I was there in the last trip over to the US, United did look after me pretty well. We did have an issue with one of our planes. Even though we were late, they got us to Baltimore with no problem. Even from here in Sydney, they've been pretty good. So between United and Delta, I'll travel them. Qantas, on the other hand, well, we won't go there. You can't rely on Qantas. They just sell your tickets on flights that don't exist. I haven't been called up with it, but I know a few people that have. But yeah, so that's what my automation program diagram looks like. It will change once I do the modification. I don't have to do much because most of the track work's already there. British Airways, yeah, well, I think that's where Qantas I think that's where they got their training from British Airways, because I know British Airways did own a fair chunk of the shares of Qantas. But yeah, the last CEO of Qantas actually ran the airline to the ground. There's no morale, there's nothing there, and but mind you, the airline was going down even before he came along, when he had the previous CEO in there. Artie's right. All trains must stop and contact Artie, the dispatch, before. Delma, there's a thing called, you can't up in the top right hand corner, which says freeze or stop. So, yeah, you just hit that and everything stops. But yeah, I had to stop because everything is running amok now, and it was just going to take me half the show to do it. From Sydney to Melbourne, well, now we've only got Virgin and Qantas, so you can either go with Virgin or Qantas now between Sydney and Melbourne. Air Canada, they got still direct flights from Vancouver across. They got daily flights. Qantas got 3 flights a week, but it's actually cheaper to go through through the United States to come to Australia, to and from Canada. So when I do get to Canada, I'll be going through via the United States. Oh, you did make me laugh. It was, yeah, you did make me laugh. But I mean, I just wish they would follow instructions. But I mean, look, no offense, but they are American trains and they don't always follow protocol. The Europeans and the Australians got a pretty safe protocol, and it's like that train was supposed to stop way back there, not in the turntable. Yeah, but there was a 6-hour layout going. I don't mind the layout, Sparky. Usually when I come to the United States, I usually give myself a good 8-9 hour layover in like Los Angeles. Gives me the opportunity to look around, and not just look around, but pop in and see a few people that I'll normally go in and see. Are you missing someone? Where's Anthony? Anthony is sitting on an anthill, or was sitting on an anthill in Ohio, or Termite Hill. Him and Joyce gone away, so I was able to, for the latecomers, I managed to intercept this parcel that was going to Anthony's place. So since he can't see what he was supposed to get, it's here, Anthony. It's all nice and safe. I've got your new freight wagons here. There's a couple of new freight wagons here to go with your trains. And some Austrian local passenger carriages. That's the first class. Then it's got the second class. And then it's got the restaurant. But I'm actually quite disappointed. There's no engine in this box. So, Anthony, you forgot to order the engine. Or is that on a pre-order list? Yeah. No use having passenger cars when you've got no engine to go with it. Well, they were cheap for me, because I said I had it intercepted, before he got to his place. So for me, it was quite cheap. Fourth class. I guess these German coal cars are the fourth class. It probably has the loco ready. Could be, Sparky. Could be. I'll have to hack into his cameras and see if they're there. Because they meant to have a red Taurus to go with it. So, since he's not home, I'm going to have to hack into his camera and have a look to see where it is sitting. He's just a loco. Yeah, well, that is true too, Sparky. Yeah, we can run amok without him here. He can't defend himself yet. But yeah, we'll find it. Cattle class? Actually, we don't have cattle class, Monsville. I've got to get a cattle car. Oh, I do have one, but I'm not going in there. I do have the one that Tammy sent me. That's a cattle car. But yeah, but we'll have to wait and see. Who knows? Maybe next week or 2 weeks, see, and we might end up getting another engine. But I do have a locomotive that I can run with it. I do have that little 1043, that little electric loco that I just recently got. It can pull those carriages. After looking at the German videos, the Austrian videos, I've actually seen it pulling those carriages when they were brand new. But I don't think he'll miss them. At least now he doesn't have to hide them from Joyce, because I don't think Joyce knows about those ones. Because apparently they were paid by money order, not by credit card. So that's a smart way of doing it. Yes, Andy, all my tracks is DCC. When I went to construct my layout, it was, do I go DC or DCC? And I took the plunge in going into DCC. I wanted to run a bit of automation on the layout, where I can have 1 or 2 trains running automatically while I'm driving another one. And I managed to achieve that with DCC a lot easier. I still got to iron out a few bugs in the system, but I can actually do it. I don't have many industries. I won't have that many industries in here. Well, actually, I won't have any industries. The only industry I have is, if you see down the bottom here, that's the rail depot, which is down the bottom here. And I'll be mainly doing passenger trains. This top section here is going to be like a central station, a main passenger train terminus. And what's going to happen is, because they're local haul passenger trains, most of them, I'll be able to do the switching of the locomotives from the front of the train to the back, or from the back to the front. And I can actually have the passenger trains, I can have them run around up in the main section behind me. I'm going to have them terminate down here. And then the same thing down here, I can actually run the engine around to the front, to the other side of the train, and then send it back up to the top. Yeah, well, they didn't want to do it today. I didn't do a test run with this new train, with this automation program. So partly it's my fault. I just haven't had time. But they are. I'll get the bugs ironed out. But it was the American that didn't do the right thing. It was supposed to stop and change the track and go back on the main line. The little one was in the right spot. So that's where the problem lies. It wasn't the Germans' fault. It was the Americans' fault. I haven't finished, Valley. I haven't finished all the wiring up yet. I will, by the time I finish with the turnout wiring, or with my points and my accessories, there will be automation, but I can also run it manually. I just haven't been able to do it. What scene location of your layout? Australian, US, European. It's going to be a combination of the whole three, Edward. Okay, Sparky, I'm going to head off in shortly too. I'm going to do it in little sections. I'm going to have a few bits of. Take care, Sparky. Have a good night, buddy. I'm going to have a combination of some parts of a little bit of Europe, little bit of Australian, you're a bit of America, trying to blend it in. Yeah, freelance. Behind me here, let me get the other camera on. Behind me here, down in the bottom valley here, I'm going to try to do a European scene in here. And down the far end probably will be as well. Up the top here will be a combination of America and Australia. And I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with the main station yet, because as you all know, between the heights of the platforms between the Australian trains and the European trains are different. A lot of European platforms are like the American platforms, they actually sit a lot lower. However, that being said, I looked at some of the I've actually got an Australian, one of the original Australian platforms here, and it is elevated, but it's not very high, so it may suit the European train, so I may go with that. But down behind me here, there is going to be like a little valley scene, and I am going to try to put in basically the European mountain scene, since it is a mountain layout. I've got a picture in my head, but there's nothing wrong with DC. I do like the DC. I do have a lot of DC stuff, but I just didn't have the room to have a dedicated line for DC. I will, when I do build another one, I will do a dedicated DC line for the DC stuff. But yeah, I was looking at some of the videos that Monsville pulled up just recently with the NMRA up in Brisbane to meet with a lot of his old Hornby Triang stuff. G'day, Nathan, how are you? Where he's running a lot of the old Hornby and Triang stuff, and it's great to see it. He brought me back to my childhood days when I used to go with my friend Graham, an old school friend of mine. School holidays or vacation time, used to go around to his place or my place, and we used to play trains. I had Lima stock, he had Hornby and old Triang, and I'm talking about the Triang from the 50s, early 60s. He had a lot of the old stuff. I don't know whether they still have them or not, but I hope he does. I have not spoken to him in many, many years. Yeah, there is going to be a causeway. Well, there's going to be a sort of a causeway, but mind you, where you see this here, that is going to be a sky underneath it. So this section here, the trains going from here will be going into a tunnel that will make it look like usual transitions up to the top here. For the top, you won't see the bottom, and the bottom, you won't see the top. Well, the trains won't see it anyway. It will give you that false perspective. Then, I can't see, but down, let me move down this end here. Down the far end of the layout, there is going to be a tunnel that goes into the hillside. It comes up to the top. And it'll look like, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to put this like a cloud effect, like the mountain is covered by cloud fog, and then it just disappears in. That's what I like to do. That's what I'm going to attempt to do. Time is another factor. Now, with lighting, I saw these diagonal squares in Bunnings, where I can actually wave the LED strips and just have them mounted underneath the baseboard. which will give me a nice little lighting on the bottom. Most of my trying edge. Yeah, and I tell you what, they're a bit smelly and sparky and whatnot, but I tell you what, they ran well. He never really had any dramas with it, except for one he did, one of the DMUs. Well, he managed to sort it out, and as I said, we only used to do it during Christmas holidays, and out at his place, we used to play outside, underneath a big, huge awning, the barbecue area. He'd have 2 8x4s put together, and we used to run trains in that. And probably every second day or every couple of days, we were there together. My dad's on 1950s loco. Well, that'd be so nice. Actually, Robin can vouch. I don't know if they're still there, but back at Sydney Motorola Society, which is at Uncliffe Station, for anyone that visits Australia and wants to visit a club, they meet there on Mondays. It's not far from the airport, and it's not far from Sydney itself. And you can catch a train to it because the club is actually on the train station. But they have stuff from back. The club was formed in 1936, before Second World War. Now they do have a lot of stuff that was made out of cardboard. A lot of stuff that's made out of cardboard and plywood, and then they did white metal lead castings to make the baby frames, because back then there wasn't really much of an Australian outline. There was an American outline. They did start with O gauge. The last time I was at the club, they did have a lot of it on display as you come in the main entrance. I hope it's still there, or hopefully it's gone to a good home to look after, because there's a lot of history in the making of those carriages. And then gradually they went from O gauge to HO, and the stuff they did, and they did run a lot of it. You did have the mix from the old Triangle stuff. Easy to mountain. Yeah, something like that. Mind you, that's what I'm going to look at doing. But I can't do too much at the moment. I need to get that far end done. Hopefully next 2-3 weeks I'll get the OK from the doctor or a physiotherapist that I can start lifting my arm a bit more and do some lifting. That's what I'm restricted at. I'm not allowed to do any. I'm still not allowed to do any heavy lifting. I've got to take it nice and slow. So anyway, people, with that said, hopefully everybody had fun. I'll pack up later on this afternoon. I'm going to pack up my the American stuff, particularly now that, as we see, they don't follow orders, and we got a little prang down on the bottom here. I'm going to have to fix that curtain up. And I'm going to run these, give these new carriages of Anthony's a test run, see if they're any good. I'm going to give them a bit of a test run, and hopefully by the time I'll give them a test run, I can start working on this. I can have the track work finished. That's what I'm looking at. 1960s Triangle. Yes, that's right. They did too, Monzo. They did too. Girlfriend? I don't have a girlfriend. Well, not in this ward. The other ward, in the dream ward, yeah. She'd give me a helping hand, and even the wife and girlfriend would give me a helping hand in that one. But we won't get into that. And the nightmares is when they start arguing. and they're both giving me orders. But yeah, everybody, now again, this week, I will be very scarce off YouTube. I've got things I have to do. So everybody take care of yourselves. Have fun, stay safe, and oh yeah, hang on, I'm hosting Cab Crew Wednesday. I will be hosting Cab Crew Wednesday this week. So this Wednesday, Thursday morning for Australia. I will see you guys then. So good night, everyone. Be good.